Welcome back, everyone, to nearly the last Season 9 video, or at least while the season is live. I still intend to complete the levels, but as you can probably tell, 15 air filters is not easy and takes a lot of time to finish. And then on top of that, that's only 93, so there's still more, and I guarantee there are filters ahead, but we're not going to go into that. Since I've made so many videos about this season, I figure I'll make one final video kind of giving my complete thoughts about the entirety of the season. Maybe the devs will see this and it'll bring some good change, because there was a lot of good that came out of this season, but there are things that can be improved on. Some topics I want to hit on are the season pass, the patch, quote unquote, along with the business levels, weekly versus big content, item rarity, trading, and tournaments. So let's start at the beginning with the general stuff. This season was like no other in the fact that there was no weekly content, only a big content update. Not gonna lie, I actually like this 100% more than weekly updates or periodically weekly content. So like normal seasons give content by the weeks, I prefer a big update that just gives a ton of content, kind of like Season 3. To be fair, if this becomes the normality in Last Day on Earth, I don't think anyone can complain. I mean, big updates are probably better than just small weekly things. Yeah, the hype does die down, but I like the big wave. It's a little bit more powerful than just the, here's a little minor thing that will die by the end of the week. So, in the fact that this season was different, the season pass was also different. I think that a multiplayer season should have multiplayer rewards, not single player. The devs did make a post about this, but didn't see any quick changes to the season pass. I assume it was too late, and maybe they'll change that for the future, but hope they do that. But in the fact that there were no season quote-unquote tasks, it was a blast of fresh air from the past year of updates. Yeah, it's actually been a year since seasons. Kind of crazy. I don't know. The devs are clever. I'm sure they'll come up with something. Kind of like the business levels, they'll apply it to something else. I prefer that more than just flat out season task, do it, complete the pass. Now let's touch on the topic of trading. I don't think trading is that bad. I actually like it. I wish there was a little bit where you can, say, direct trade with your friends on your friends list or something like that. I don't think that would be too overpowered, instead of just this counterfoil, hope your friend finds your shop kind of thing. It's a decent system. It's trading after all, and it's something we've all kind of hoped for. It's just in a different form. Now, to touch on the tournaments really fast, I'm not the biggest fan of ready meals in tournaments. I will say, though, it is satisfying when there's someone going GG easy and you ready meal past them, but I don't think they should be a permanent fixture. I don't see LDOE suddenly removing them from tournaments, but it's not the... So at the start of the season, the business levels were nice and easy. You'll see on the screen there's a couple of levels. I don't think this was too hard. It's just one filter. I mean, honestly, filters are tough, but one filter, not too bad. But as people started to progress through levels way too quickly, the devs suddenly rolled out a quote-unquote patch update, which pretty much buffed levels by way too high for what it should have been. Now, I don't think this patch was necessary in the slightest, and by the sounds of it, a majority of the community appears to agree with me on this one. The requirements now are ridiculous to level up. I've seen a ton of good players just quit because of this patch thing. You'll still get those dedicated players or those sweaty players or people who are doing it for clickbait, like me, to push to the top, but I don't think this was necessary at all. Players were satisfied and they were happy with the good update. I've seen people say that the patch, quote-unquote, ruined the update. So next time, if you're going to do that, release it at the start. If you insist on changing the requirements, release it at the start. People will see that as the normality, and then as time goes on, you can lower it or whatever. Just don't give us a taste and then just take that away. And then after that, item rarity. So with the pre-patch area, it was much easier to level up faster. So I thought that the item rarity was completely fair in that regard, but now that it's like 10 filters to level up, I think that 10 filters is kind of ridiculous. You should guarantee, say, one filter in 5 chests you open, so your 5th chest will guaranteed have a filter, or something like that. I know that's something people have wanted in LDOE for a really long time, but I figure I'd mention it since it's like multiplayer and it's different than single player. Anyways, hope that can kind of touch on all of my thoughts about the season. Level video coming very, very soon. Here's a sneak peek right on the screen right now. And, yeah. Breakdown coming soon. ZD out.